Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Andrew from Old Gobbler here, AC Lawrence over on the forum. Hey, I got a couple things I want to show you today, some new products that I'm going to offer. I'm pretty excited about it. I've had a thread in the classifieds selling paracord lanyards and turkey totes for a couple years. The paracord stuff has been great, but I've got something new that I think I'm going to prefer for the turkey tote, and I wanted to show it to you today. This is a turkey tote made out of leather. This is English bridle leather. It's heavy duty stuff. It comes from basically the best tannery in the U.S. It's high quality stuff. This is not cheap. It's really expensive. Expensive to buy and put together. But I'm going to show it to you. And if you bought a paracord tote from me, I really appreciate it. And those will continue to serve you well. I feel like the leather might be a little more efficient for supporting the weight of carrying your gobbler out of the woods. I've always been attracted to leather. As you use your paracord, it will continue to function, but as it gets worn, it just starts to look a little dirty, whereas this leather, as you wear it, it's going to get a really cool patina. It's going to start to get those stress marks and just character in the leather. And this should last you a lifetime of gobblers. So I've invested in a bunch of new tools for working on leather, but I couldn't quite afford a sewing machine yet. Those are like $3,000 or $4,000. So what I'm doing is hand stitching these. This is what you call saddle stitch. It's all done by hand. I've got two pieces of leather sewn together here to make this pad. Whoops. And this is just a 1-inch leather strap here for the strap part. The buckles are solid brass. They're 1-inch D-ring buckles. And they are also hand sewn on instead of using like a Chicago screw. Those are kind of notorious for backing loose on you, and I wouldn't want it to fall apart in the wood. So this pad will slide on the leather. It gives you different options for over the shoulder or different ways to carry your bird. So this is right here is the first one I put together. It's kind of the experiment prototype. It's got a lot of mistakes in it, so don't look too close. But I'm going to show you this one because I've been fooling around with this one for a little while, and it's gotten really soft and pliable. Where this one is new, and it's still pretty stiff. And you can rub these things down with neat's foot oil. I personally rub this one down. It's soaked in a lot of Obenaufs. I've heated it up and rubbed that Obenaufs in here, and the leather gets nice and soft. And it allows you to, you can see how flexible these straps have gotten. But anyway, if you don't know how these things work, let me show you. What you do is you take the finished side, just make a bite or a bend like this, like that. Then you're going to put this through the buckle. Kind of force it through there. It's really simple. Now you've got a loop. So that's where you're going to put your head of your gobbler through there. You can put the other end around the feet of your turkey. And then you end up with loops on both ends. Just like this. So you could leave it like this in your vest if you wanted to, or you can just pull these loops right back out. And as this thing gets pretty soft, you could probably just wrap it like that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wrap it up and put it in the back of my vest, and it should ride back there and not even know it's there. This is all all the edges are burnished really good and smooth. The back side of this strap is kind of finished from the factory with the gum paste, but it's infused with like oils and waxes, so it's also smooth, not just the finished side. The color of this is called Saddle Tan. You can get leather in a lot of different colors. This is just the color that I picked to start with. I liked it, and I bought just fewer smaller pieces of leather to make these out of, and just kind of see what kind of feedback I get from y'all. If anybody's wants one of these, or if you really prefer different colors. And once I figure out the answer to those questions, I can buy some bigger hides of leather and go from there. So that is the new leather turkey tote. I'm pretty pumped up about it, and I'm going to, if you'd still like a paracord turkey tote, I'm going to kind of just point you in the direction of some of the other guys on the forum. I think Captain Hook's on there. He makes some really cool paracord totes, and I'll probably point you his way, and I'm going to try to dedicate more time into the leather totes. I'm still selling my paracord call lanyards. I got a couple other projects that's I'm going to be showing you. Here's one right here, and I think this one is really cool. This is going to be a new display for turkey strikers. And I've made this one specially for our buddy Jeff Harrison. It's going to be a gift for him. He doesn't know it yet. But I've got, I forget how many. I think this one's got around 30 holes in it. This is solid red oak. It's about 2.5 inches thick all the way around. And the bottom of these holes, you know, the maroon Scotch-Brite pad, Jeff sends those out with all his strikers. I've got a punch. I'm going to punch holes, little circles of that maroon Scotch-Brite, and they're going to be stuffed down in the bottom of each call. So it will protect the tip of your striker, and you can stick your striker in there and twist it around. So I've filled this thing up with strikers at home, and it looks really cool sitting on the shelf. I'm going to be offering these for sale. Yeah, it's just a block of wood with holes in it, but I probably used $10,000 of tools to make this thing. Y'all know how that goes. And it's also pretty hard to source the oak this thick. So yeah, something any of you could probably make, but if you want me to build one for you, I'll be happy to do that. I still got to figure out the shipping on what this is going to be. I also can offer this not just with holes for strikers, which these holes are 7/16. I picked up all my strikers at home, and this was a safe size that they would all fit in, but they wouldn't be like real loose and floppy. You could probably get away with a little bit smaller hole, but I didn't want it to be too tight where it would be potentially rough on the tips of the strikers. But not only could you do these holes, but I'm going to offer it with some options to hold trumpets, where you can put like 10 strikers and 3 trumpets. Or basically the options are going to be endless on this. So this would be something I could make custom for you as far as the size, the number of holes, and what you want to put on there. I'll add a couple pictures I took at home where I filled it up with strikers, and I put an owl hooter and crow call trumpets on this thing. You could really do a lot. You'd have to let me know specifically what you want, and probably what I'd do for that is drill a hole and put a piece of dowel in the top of this that the trumpet or the hooter would sit on top of to hold it, keep it from falling off, because the last thing you'd want is for your $400 trumpet to fall off and land in the floor and bust or something. Yeah, but we got a lot of flexibility on the design for these things. This is just oak that I have rubbed down with a darker wax. I'm actually about to take this outside and spray it, put a finish on there, and drop it in the mail to you, Jeff. If you see this, I won't load this until you get it. I hope you like it. This is also the first one I've done. It's just a prototype kind of deal. But I've got more of this oak at home, and I'll be making more of these. So 2 things I got for y'all to watch out for. These striker displays, turkey call displays, and these leather turkey totes. And I'll continue to put together the little paracord call lanyards for the trumpets, tube calls, and that kind of stuff. My paracord lanyards have changed a lot. In the beginning, it was just me and my daughter started doing those together. And she's got so many hobbies. She does different things. She's making quilts and stuff. But I continued to do the paracord because it kind of became an avenue for me to make a little money to pay for gas for my hunting trips. So the more money I can save for my gas, the happier my wife will be about me making these trips. So y'all help support my hobby, keep me in good standings with the wife. So we got the lanyards, these new call displays, and these turkey totes. I'm still nailing down the pricing on this stuff, what it's going to cost me to ship this heavy block of wood. These turkey totes are really probably going to need to get about $75 shipped on these things. It's going to be somewhere in that that range. Like I said, the leather is pretty costly, so, but it's a lifetime deal. Y'all let me know if you're interested in any of these things, and hope you have a blessed spring. Thanks for watching.